I'm your girl, Cici Tarantina, and we here with Nolazine Network, baby.
This episode is brought to you by the Loyalty Club, one of the hottest brands out, where they keep their items limited and only for the loyal few. Check us out online at theloyaltyclub.us, or if you're in the New Orleans area, you can check us out at our flagship store, 841 Fulton Street. You already know what time it is. Only for the loyal few, club time.
All right. So tell the world, where you from?
Okay, so Delancia, the government, was born in a little ass town called LaPorte, Indiana, like an hour outside of Chicago.
Is that close to like Gary?
Very close to Gary, yeah.
So you almost
lot of family
almost
in Gary.
about like Michael Jackson.
2100 Jackson Street, baby, yeah, right, right by the 219. And if you in Gary, go get you some Harold's. They the only ones in Indiana with the original recipe.
So how close are people like from Indiana able to like Chicago? Because because I got a few people actually from Indiana be kind of slick side claim Chicago too. It's like if it's like people able closer to like big cities, if they usually kind of like claim the city that's close to them.
I mean, it depends. You got some people that's diehard Gary, Indiana, right. And those people don't fuck with Chicago. And then you got people from Chicago that don't never cross over to Indiana at all. With me, it was different because Chicago turned me into like a woman. Chicago raised me. I used to dance back in the day, and I was a headline dancer in one of the #1 clubs in Chicago, the Factory. So, I mean, Chicago, I got the name Chi-Town Sierra from them, so that just stuck with me for years and years.
So, bringing into the full, culture shock, how was it like coming from, the Midwest down here to New Orleans?
It was never a culture shock because my family's from here. So I've been here my whole life since I was a baby. Before I could remember, I was coming down to New Orleans. I got family on the West Bank. I got family in Baker, St. Francisville, in the Woods. I got family in every ward you could think of, uptown to east. Like, my family's from here. My grandmother was a part of the Great Migration. So my great-grandmother took her kids and they moved up to Chicago first, moved over to Indiana for better jobs and stuff. So that's how I ended up there.
It's crazy because I know a lot of people from Chicago, and a lot of people don't understand that New Orleans and Chicago have a lot of similarities, and also a lot of people from Chicago come here a lot.
Because they have family here. Like, there's a connection. That Great Migration, that's what they did, brothers would go up there, they go find a job, and then they come down here and go get the rest of their family and move their family up there for better living, if that's the way you want to look at it.
So I've been to Chicago one time, but I never left the airport because I took the wrong bag. It was cold as hell, so I didn't have no clothes in my bag. I was like, I am not leaving. I booked the flight to come back.
You were smart.
It was very cool. It's like a different cold.
It is. I mean, you need to buy a coat in Chicago for Chicago. Right. Like, I would suggest that.
People from New Orleans never experienced that unless they've been in Chicago. If you never been in Chicago, you never felt that type of wind that ran across your body.
Yeah, that slapped the shit out you. Like, that type of wind, yeah.
And when I start seeing, the gang members and the GDs and all them be outside in the cold, I'm like, man, them dudes different.
They're dedicated.
I'm not worried about what they're doing.
Them niggas is dedicated, okay?
Dedicated to beef, huh? I wouldn't even come outside. I told my cousin, I said, man, I would probably live the longest in Chicago because I probably never come outside. I probably went to homeschool and everything. This is some different cold weather.
It is. So y'all wasn't out on the block in the Calio projects when hurricane season was going on?
It wasn't cold.
The wind was blowing.
Oh, that was fun to people. But see, the difference...
I've been to a hurricane party when I lived down here. I ain't gonna front my move. My neighbors had hurricane parties.
So, because I know people might take this clip. you knowing dudes in the streets from Chicago and knowing dudes from the streets in New Orleans, tell me what you think is the difference.
Fuck. Why would you do me this? I think niggas in New Orleans are more bold with they shit. I think niggas in New Orleans, Chicago, them niggas is some slick motherfuckers. They sneaky. I'm not gonna front my move. They sneaky. Not saying that that's not here in New Orleans neither, but I just feel like it's what you see is what you get. Like, this is the difference between the North and the South, okay? Down here in the South, a motherfucker's gonna stab you in your face. A motherfucker's gonna tell you, I don't fuck what you get from around here. In the North, they stab you from the back. You ain't gonna never see it coming.
So, I saw something someone posted on the share, and it said, New Orleans has the most well-mannered killers. So they say, like, the killer from New Orleans might tell a female, I'm like, watch out, love, I'm about to handle my business. They say they never met that nowhere else. So, like, and what's your experience with some New Orleans gangsters?
I don't know no New Orleans gangsters.
You ran across some. Because guess what? If my son asked me, say, man, how many criminals do you think you pass a day? I said, we live in New Orleans. Shit, 1 out of 2. Because, like, even a nerd down here, you wouldn't know. You just don't know.
You know what? It's true. Okay, so I'm going to say, I'm a fucking lie. I know one of the gangsters niggas from New Orleans. Juve is a perfect example. On the outside looking in, or shit, you could be standing next to the nigga. Juve is raw and uncut. Juve gonna say however the fuck he feel and he don't care. But the way that he cares for his wife is gentle, is real, it's different. So she right. Whoever said that on Shade Room, they right. And I can just say that from experience and that. Like, the way he just cares for her. It don't matter what's going on. So, yeah.
Well, hey, you just never know. Gotcha. So, how did you come up, with your rap name?
Okay, so Cici came from back in the day when I used to dance. Like I told you, the first club I initially ever danced at in Chicago was Club O. That was before the factory was open. And my managers, Renee, and the boss, the owner, Steve, rest in peace, Steve, they named me Sierra. They thought that I looked like Sierra at the time. And they threw Chi-Town in front of it. So I took the Sierra from that. And then Tarantina, that's a tribute to my brother. My brother, his nickname was Sleezo Tarantino. So I took that. He passed away a few years ago, and that's just my tribute to him.
Sleezo?
Sleezo Tarantino.
How did he get that name?
Fucking with bitches.
If that's actually what Puff Daddy calls
Stevie J.
Sleezo.
Fucking with bitches. That was his weak spot. My brother was light skinned. He was a pretty boy.
So I'm gonna throw you out there. Well, I just said that too, but you ain't got to even say no comment. How you feel about the Diddy situation?
Y'all should have been seeing that shit coming. I mean, what? I feel the same. I'm watching just like y'all watching. Like, if it looked like a duck and it quacked like a duck, it's a motherfucking duck. Shit. I feel like I'm surprised it took Diddy as long as it did. I would have thought he would have been first.
If they got a brand new saying, if they say, when they say, like, if you know how people, it be like how Cameron used to say, no homo, but they say, no Diddy now. They started a new saying. They say, if nobody's saying pause and no homo no more, they're saying
no Diddy. No Diddy, my nigga. No Diddy.
That's funny.
I'm probably going to use that by the end of the week.
I'm going to use that by the end of the day.
I mean, Diddy ain't did shit for me to fuck, and I ain't looking for him to do shit, right. So.
Well, shift to Diddy, you grew up in Chicago. We got somebody else. Not as bad as Diddy, but he got his record. You being young as well. Have you ever ran across R. Kelly?
You's a messy motherfucker. You only asking me this because you know.
Shit, I just thought about it. I actually do kind of know. Dang, I just thought about it. You did tell me this. Wait, actually, you told me about R. Kelly way before.
Years ago.
You went to jail.
Years
ago. I want you to be the first and be on some real positive thing. What you got to say positive about R. Kelly?
I don't know who everybody else describes. My thing is, nepotism is at an all-time high. It's not what you do, it's who you are. I've been more disrespected by a random nigga on the street that I dated than I've ever been disrespected by Robert. I don't feel that. I don't even know how to say it. I don't have nothing to say bad about Robert. I don't. I didn't go through that. The Robert that I knew, he gave me a puppy before he went overseas. My mama knew him. I wasn't trapped in no closet. The studio I went to was not the one that was on Surviving R. Kelly. And it's crazy because a lot of people in the industry know that that wasn't a location anybody went to. I went to 310 West Ohio, but it's fine, you know. That studio has 7 bathrooms, so I don't understand why bitches was pissing and shitting in buckets. So I don't know that person that they be talking about.
Hey, so when you saw that documentary, like, how did you feel? Like, you like, man, like, did you feel like they were lying on them? Did you feel like, you know, like just kind of explain, because, like, you know, like Robert, it was actually, like your friend.
Well, me and Robert dated for 3 years, so I was one of his girlfriends.
Okay.
Robert I was never in a situation that I didn't know what was going on. Robert had parties at the studios, and parties would get crazy, and I would get the fuck up and leave. Like, I wasn't held hostage or against my will or nothing. Like, people really can only do to you what you allow them to do to you. So I just don't understand this whole abuse thing that everybody is screaming out. Like, I don't look at shit like most people do. I feel like the way that we're looking at, I feel like we're turning abuse into a civil suit.
Yeah, but they want money.
Exactly. Now, this is my thing. As a person, like, I don't speak out of ignorance, okay? So, as a female who has been raped before, you can't give me a motherfucking dollar to make me feel better. You know what I mean? That's just not, that would be the last thing, that was the last thing on my mind, was getting some money. You know? Like, when you're actually raped and when you're actually robbed of something that you cherish, money can't replace that. All money can do is get your ass a good therapist. That's all it can do for you. So it's not conducive to the young black girls that already aren't protected, who are out here actually getting hurt. Just because you quacked like a duck and crawled on all fours and that nigga didn't buy you a Birkin bag, that does not mean he abused you. And that's what it's becoming these days. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's weird.
So how would you describe R. Kelly as a boyfriend, as your man?
I never had to question nothing because he told you everything up front. And if you was down with it, you was down with it. And if you wasn't, you wasn't. And a lot of times I wasn't down with shit and I would get cussed the fuck out. And when he would cuss me out, it was weird. It was like, have you ever heard his song, what's that song called? The song, it starts off and he's like, shut up. I don't ever want to hear you say that again. Like, that's how he cussed me out. Like, in that tone. Like, low voice, never raised his voice, none of that. Like, that's how he got mad.
Sing it to you?
Damn near. But he got upset because we were in the green room and he had, like, his fans back there at the backstage passes and he came to greet me and I didn't stand up to hug him. Well, nigga, I didn't know if you wanted everybody to know I was your bitch or not. You know, like, I don't know what you want from me.
And so how old were you?
I dated Robert from 23 to 26.
So you were old enough.
I was grown.
You know, people always try to put like the man on them wanted 15, 16 years olds.
No, I don't think that Robert got off. All right, now let's start there. I don't know. I don't think Robert got off on age. I think Robert got off on, he's a narcissist. So he gets off on being able to teach somebody something. You know, narcissists, that shit comes from insecurities, you know. So for the whole world to talk about how illiterate he is and this, that, and the third, you know what I mean? And I can teach you something, bitch. Like, that's what he got off on. It wasn't, I don't think it was so much of age. But I don't fucking know. Shit, I had a fake ID at 15, so I don't know.
Yeah, but the realest thing is, I think, with R. Kelly is, everyone just wanted to just straight blame him, but no one really looked at his history like, people, like, someone did him something for him to become like that.
I mean, aside of looking at his history, nobody's being accountable for the real shit. You
like
know
the parents,
what I mean?
let him pay.
Like, exactly, because I'm a parent. You know what I mean? So again, when I say I don't speak out of ignorance, I truly mean it. I'm a parent. I have 2 boys, teenage boys, and then I have an 8-year-old daughter. You know what I mean? There's no dollar amount you can give me to make me be quiet or let me allow you to abuse my fucking child. Like, that shit is fucking weird. Like, and when is somebody gonna say that that's weird? You know, and I'm not taking no blame off Robert. You know, he did what he did. You know, and he in the situation he in because he kept yes men around him. Nobody ever told that motherfucker he was wrong about shit. He didn't allow nobody to tell him he was wrong about shit. You know, that's why me and him didn't get along for too long, you know. But when is somebody gonna call that out?
Right. Well, you know, but a lot of people, they be like, once they get money, they only have yes men around them. Like you think about it. I'm not about to have nobody always telling me no. You gonna do what I tell you. Like, damn, everybody work for you if you got people around you.
There's a difference in between being a yes man and being a hater.
Right. But you know what he needed? A father figure around him. He needed someone he really looked up to and respected as a man. Because a man would have corrected a lot of those things he done. Like, you ever notice, like, when you see, like, a lot of people who, like, have those patterns, if they never had no strong male figure around them, like, they gonna send them away fast. Like, I don't need nobody telling me what to do. I'm a grown man.
Yeah, I get it. But at the end of the day, accountability has to come into play, too. And when I say that, I come from a person who I did not have the ideal parents growing up. I've been on my own since I was 16. I had my first child when I was 16. My baby graduated last year and he's in college now. Okay, so whoop whoop to that. But
shout out to you, for raising your child.
All three of them. But
sound like Birdman.
No, but I think that people need to take accountability. Like, it's not hard to be a good person. Like, I get tired of hearing, oh, I didn't have a dad, so I don't know how to do this. Or I didn't have a mom, so I don't know how to do this. But you know how you wanted to be treated, though. You know what you missed out on. Like, we learned in kindergarten, the golden rule is treat others how you wish to be treated. It's not hard to be a good person. You know what I mean? So I'm really, really big on, like, accountability with shit.
Gotcha. So, you know, gotta ask this question, $1 million question. Yeah, but did R. Kelly try to pee on you?
Fuck no.
Because you know, they got this association, like that was the first person there, like, man, you peeing on people.
Never even, but even with that shit. So, okay, when it was Robert, it was a big deal. But Carisha told y'all she liked getting pissed on. By who? Diddy. Yeah, and nobody said shit, though. Exact. So that's where the nepotism comes at. It's who you are at what times and who can use you when and where, and that's not fucking real. It's a lot of bitches getting pissed on. It was bitches getting pissed on when I was in a strip club. Like, and they like that shit. Them dumb bitches would put a shower cap on.
Golden showers.
And sit in the bathtub like a fucking dummy. Like, but, sorry, if that's what you like, whatever. But, no.
Gotcha. So, you know, last question about R. Kelly, gonna bring it back before we leave off this subject. How did you meet him?
I met Robert at KOD, a strip club in Chicago. It was his cousin Blackie's birthday party. And Blackie had invited me or whatever. And me and my homegirl at the time, Entice, we had went up there. And I asked Blackie to introduce me to Rob. And I told him, I said, I feel like you're a genius. Like, when it comes to music, like, that was my idol. Like, I wasn't attracted to Robert because I thought he looked good or nothing like that. I was attracted to his mind. Like, I felt like that nigga could write a song about a fly sitting on a pile of shit, which that's what flies do. They sit on a pile of shit. There's nothing extraordinary about that at all. But he could do that and win a Grammy because his mind is just crazy. And that's what I told him. I said, I feel like you could write a song about a fly sitting on a pile of shit. And he looked at me and he laughed and he walked away and he wrote his number down and he gave it to me.
And it was on from there.
Yeah, I went right downstairs and I went to the bathroom and I called my mama and I was like, guess who number I just got? And she was like, who? And do you think the first thought in my mama's mind was like, oh, a rapist? Fuck no. She thought what every other fucking black mama would have thought. It's fucking Robert. Like,
girl, you better keep Robert.
That type of shit. And that's the, like, I just be wanting people to keep it G.
Dang, that's crazy, huh? But, you know, that's the crazy part is, you know, they down him. But my biggest thing is I think they should let him write music from jail. Because, like, R&B hasn't been the same since R. Kelly been in jail.
No, because he was writing for everybody. I used to go to the studio.
I tell people, he even made Nick Cannon a hit.
No, a few hits.
But Nick Cannon, like everybody, Nick Cannon
A few hits.
Well, he write everybody hit, but I'm talking about if he could make Nick Cannon sound good or something.
Nick alone.
Nick my dog. Hey, shout out to Nick.
Nick got some motherfucking cannon somewhere. All that fucking money he got. Nick got some fucking cannons. Leave Nick alone.
Incredible, huh?
Nick, holla at me, baby. I act too, okay?
Hey, but Nick at night.
No.
You gonna be another baby mama.
Leave that Nickelodeon shit alone. I don't know. She got a ring on it. She ain't looking.
Good job. That's like, hey, matter of fact, I'm married too now, but I like
Today's actually our anniversary, and I'm working.
But that's dope. Like, it's how it's like being married as a music artist.
It's really all in what you make it. You have to know what you want. You know what I mean? You have to get out of the realm of what society bases relationships on. You know what I mean? I feel like a lot of people would be a lot happier in their relationships if they just sat down and had real conversations and asked, what do you want out of life? What do I want out of life? And talked about that and built it off that instead of just assuming and wasting time. I mean, I know what I got at home. And, I mean, he's not green to the industry either. He used to work with one of the #1 DJs out of Chicago for over 10 years. So he's used to the industry life. So
that's what, but he know what it come with.
He knows what it comes with, yeah.
Gotcha. So, still speaking on the Midwest, hey, but the Midwest artists just try to take your song. How did you find out? And, like, when you reached out to that person, like, what happened?
So I found out, so a few months ago, like around November, this guy started following me, her A&R, come to find out. And I had sent this picture to a few people because, a lot of people be stunting in front and shit. They'll take pictures with celebrities, act like they can get behind the scenes and do some shit, and they really ain't nobody. So I always do my background work on people before I even talk to them about anything. Just don't even waste my fucking time, And they told me who dude was, whatever. So I came down here for Mardi Gras, my birthday, and I'm scrolling on Instagram, and I see this, like, little flyer or whatever that says, bitch, duh. And I'm like, okay, So I click on it. I'm like, okay. And I'm listening, and then I just started to get mad. And then I'm like, wait, maybe I'm tripping. I listened to the song maybe like 10 times before I sent it to my producer, D-Day, right? D-Day calls me. He like, what the fuck is that shit? I'm like, that's what I'm trying to find out. So that's how I heard about it, found out about it. I reached out to her because I was asked to by another individual in the industry. And I reached out to her to come up with some type of deal and settlement, and she left my shit on read. And she never responded. So after that, I mean, it's all in the lawyer's hands. I wish you would answer to your cease and desist that's in your email right now. That would be nice.
So, like, can you see who the artist is?
Oh, Muppet Mouth Dreezy. A lot of people don't even know who she is. That's the thing. It's like I've had these people come to me like, oh, I should be happy that she took my song because she can give it traction and this, and the third. That bitch ain't Beyonce. Like, oh, when have you ever went to Alexa and said, Alexa, play Dreezy?
I was familiar with Dreezy as a rapper, but I never heard her song. But
you were familiar with her as a singer, you mean, right, when she had the song with Pain.
Okay, well, no. The main reason I know Dreezy is because she was dating Jacquees.
That ain't got a goddamn thing to do with music, not doing
right, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not going to...
So this is the fucked up thing about it, right? The bitch stole my song to diss Deion Sanders' daughter over Jacquees. Listen to her trash ass song. That's what she's talking about. Bitch, duh. Like, that's what she's doing. She's trying to diss Deandra.
Over Jacquees.
Over Jacquees. With my shit. Bitch, how you gonna bully somebody with some shit you done stole and I would really slap your ass in real life? Like, what's wrong with you?
Hey, but it's a Midwest thing, y'all.
No, it's not. No, the fuck it's not.
That's it. What you gotta do.
No, it's not. Like, I did not even remember that this bitch existed until this shit happened. Like,
she said, hey, but you say, yes, you know I was gonna jack you, bitch, duh.
And you gotta know I'm finna sue you, bitch, please. Like,
that's what gotta go on.
It got to. And I feel like more artists should fight for their stuff too. In this situation, the real issue is my song was taken from somebody that was supposed to be a friend of mine. And he gave the song to them, to their team, feeling like, oh, I'm going to be able to shush her. She going to be cool for the little couple crumbs. And I wasn't cool with that amount of the crumbs and shit. So that's what that situation is.
Gotcha. So, with all that being said, what do you enjoy most about being in the music industry? And, like, what do you hate about this?
The thing that I enjoy the most, I enjoy creating. I enjoy writing music. I enjoy meeting new people. I love performing. Studio is my favorite part of it all. Like seeing my song come together and hearing it for the first time over the loudspeaker, that's my favorite part of it all. I really like being an ear to the youth, especially the young girls, because they really don't have much to look up to these days. Everybody is telling them to be out here and be naked and be super sexy and shit, and you don't have to do all of that shit to be sexy. The thing that I hate the most about the industry is social media. I hate that shit. Social media gives a voice to the lamest motherfuckers on the planet. Like people that shouldn't even be talking. Like that annoys the fuck out of me. But it's something we all adjusted to, right?
Gotcha. So, you know, being one female music artist in this game, like, do you think it's kind of crazy how, like, you know, so many men try to like take advantage of like females in this game?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like, I legit be looking at these niggas like, you guys are gay. And there's nothing wrong with being gay, just say that. But it's to the point where it's like, every nigga feels like they gotta smash just to work with a bitch. Like, nobody just wants to work with females with just business. Like, everybody wants to smash, you know? And it's crazy. It's like, are you doing the same thing with these niggas? Especially right now when everybody knows that females are taking over the industry. You know, you would think that niggas would get off of their creep shit, but no. No.
I don't know. I think it's an ego thing. I think they just want to see
a notch on the belt. They out here collecting bitches like Pokemons.
Cause like the thing is, the older you get, you realize, hey, but it's just a nut. It's like you really don't be remembering the people. You really like the only way you kind of have a connection with a person if you did it multiple times or you spent a lot of time with them. But if you just had like sex with a person 1 or 2 times, you really don't remember that.
And like me, like legit, like even if the sex was like phenomenal and we had it a few times, like if we don't have any type of like mental connection there or nothing there,
that's all you have.
It don't mean shit to me. Like, I don't understand females that be out here keying niggas' cars and going crazy. I've never done that weird shit.
They were stigmatized.
And you know what? I don't want that type of dick.
I don't want that type of
I done had some good dick in my life, but if a dick is going to make me batshit crazy and delusional out here, like these bitches be out here looking dumb. Like, I don't want that type of dick.
Well, you only need one dick in your life now because you're married.
Exactly. Like, and for me to be here, you know, and I'm still not that fucking crazy. No, them bitches, that be them.
I think a woman's already crazy before. It's gonna be like, if a woman scratches your car, they probably been having it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what the issue is. It's just what we talked about earlier. You know, getting in a relationship and talking about what people want. The main problem that I see over and over and over and over in everybody's relationship is women get with these men feeling like they can change them. You know exactly who the man is. The man told you. And that's why I don't have no beef with Robert. That's why I'll never have beef with Robert. Robert told me what it was from the jump. He said he didn't want no monogamy. When I was with him, I was with him. When I wasn't. Like, that nigga had a playbook.
You're the step in the name of love.
On God. On God. And then the nigga was so slick with it. He was like, call me tomorrow and let me know what you think about it. Like, it was so... I feel like that's the issue. And instead of women usually, because they do it more in the situations, instead of women taking accountability, like, I wasted my time. He never told me that. He never showed me that. You know what I mean? They get mad. And now this nigga ain't shit. Well, he told you he wasn't shit.
Facts.
You can't want more for a motherfucker than they want for themselves.
You gotta think about it. This man been in the industry for a long time. Had women around the world flock him. You kind of gotta either get with the program or not, because you kind of know what he want.
Not even him, a regular nigga on the fucking street.
Yeah, they'll cheat on you too.
The fuck? You think they won't?
Cheat on you and use your car and fuck the bitch in your house.
That nigga put the bitch in your car. Or that bitch let the bitch drive your shit.
Yeah. And go back and get in your bed. But hey, they got some females do some trifling shit like that too. So it's not just men.
It's not just men. But I just feel like as a people, as grown adults out here dating and stuff, we just need to keep it 100 with people. And we also need to keep motherfuckers out of our business too. Because some people is cool with the bullshit. You know what I mean? It's a lot of power couples out here that the bitch don't mind her man having a side nigga because she busy too. You know what I mean? But the world will come in and look at it and call it this, that, and the third, and now it's an issue. Like,
I think the internet has made it even like 10 times worse. And like that was my next question for you. Like, you know, seeing all these different podcasts where everybody got the, you know, their words to say stuff, and like, you know, like men and women shouldn't go 50-50. But men should do this. A woman should do this. Like, how do you feel about everything every day? Just like scrolling on your timeline, seeing people just say anything out their mouth.
It's really a lot of bullshit. I feel like people should get back to the basics. Women out here acting like they don't need men and they want to be independent and all this and the third. Baby, you're going to die a lonely motherfucking life out here, okay? The issue is motherfuckers is looking for fairy tale love and that shit don't exist. Real love requires work like a motherfucker. Like me and my old man, like shit ain't always been like shits and giggles. Like I've had my issues. I've had times where I thought that it would be better outside. You know what I mean? Like I feel like if people would stop being so concerned with this image shit. You know what I mean? Like I think differently because I don't tap dance for humans. The only person I want to please is God. That's it. That's all.
You gotta please your husband. It's in the Bible.
He gets pleased. He gets pleased. Okay, you ain't little. You ain't got. He gets pleased. But no, for real. Like the only that I want to please is my Father in heaven. That's it. The things that I do for Him. Because of the grace that He's shown me over my life. You know what I mean? And I feel like if people would just be more real with each other and have honest conversations. You know, a lot of people are getting into relationships and they're looking for these relationships to heal their trauma, and that's not realistic either. People need to heal themselves before they get in relationships. That's not even fair to put your trauma on your significant other. So that's another big thing too.
I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Just this interview going so many different ways. We put this interview out today.
Well, this is the thing. So this is my first ever real interview. You know what I mean? This is my first ever one-on-one with anybody. And the thing is Darren, we've been knowing each other for a long time.
And that's why the funny part is, I really forgot about the R. Kelly situation. So when you looked at him, I'm like, oh, wait, I do remember you telling me about this. But this way like 2017, 18.
Literally.
And it's like 6-7 years from then.
We've been knowing each other a while. And the growth between people
around
us.
For a whole year.
Yeah, motherfucker, because you tripped me in front of April.
You tried to push me, and you fell. And you was on the ground, and you was looking all crazy. I said, this shit gonna talk about I pushed her. I did not touch you. You're not about to give me no charge. But look at the growth now. Look at you now. You on the camera, Nolazine.
Shut up. Look at your growth now. I look at a lot of your content and stuff that you post, and you really be dropping knowledge for a lot of people. And that's why I reached out to you and I told you I wanted you to do my first interview.
Well, I did a lot of people's first interviews, but the greatest thing about me, I don't write nothing down. It just be all off the head.
That's probably why they end up being the best.
Because I just think it'd be more genuine when you just have a conversation with a person.
Right.
You know, like a lot of interviewers are trying to stick to the script. That's why it be looking like it's staged.
Because it do be staged most of the time.
Mine ain't staged. I just see anything come to my mind. And sometimes people like write in the comments like, man, and we over talking this guest. I'm not really over talking my guest because it's not a real interview. I'm really just having a conversation with you.
Right.
So like,
but
I just laugh at the comments.
Your input, it makes sense. I mean, People be hating low key.
Anyway it goes, people going to say something negative about what you got going on.
And that's the thing. And that's what I really want the youth to understand. That people are going to talk about you regardless. So do what makes you happy. Even the youth that's into like the artsy fartsy shit. You know what I mean? Music and theater and shit. Man, listen, I hear you when y'all parents be telling y'all job security. But baby, listen, there's no fucking such thing as job security. The president can get fired, not Trump, but they supposed to be able to get fired.
And I realized job security ain't nothing after after coronavirus. Cause I used to hang in Harris every day. I don't even go to Harris now, and I took a lot of dates there.
Yeah,
a lot of free drinks came from Harris.
Getting me in trouble.
I didn't get you just in trouble. A lot of people got in trouble.
Exactly.
Well, shout out to the bartenders that show love.
Shout out to Jimmy and Marlon, all them good guys out there. All
the people that took care of
Wayne, Ronika, because you used to get on Ronika last
I still see
nerve.
Ronika.
I'm sure you still be getting on her nerves, don't
she
you?
don't work there no more either. I only see one person that I saw that bartends since COVID, and that's Sonny. No, bartend still in Harris.
Oh,
Sonny, and a white guy worked at Masquerade.
Lenny?
The older Lenny, that's his name, Lenny. I said Sonny. Sorry, Lenny, if you're watching this.
I doubt Lenny ass watching, but yeah, Lenny. Yeah, I seen Lenny last time I was in there too.
Yeah, he the only bartender I know that's still there.
Don't shit look the same no more.
It looks nice.
It looks clean.
It looks nice.
It looks nice and clean.
It looks better.
It does.
Hey, but no more, what that was called, hoodoo or voodoo for you?
Hoodoo. No more hoodoo, no hoodoo pit, nothing. There's no memories there. That's the only thing I hate. Because, like, my brother, when my...
And Terrence told me they fired him, too.
The motherfucker was watching porn on camera. Did he tell you that?
Oh, shit. Terrence gonna say, take this out there with you. Not the porn. Fucking Terrence.
I'm sorry, T. They don't know what Terrence be talking about.
Because I'm not taking it out the interview.
They don't know what Terrence be talking about.
I just showed somebody. Terrence look like somebody's daddy. I'm going to show you when we finish.
Y'all so fucking...
But anyways, what's next for you?
Next is just continually pushing my music. I just shot a Step Up to the Mic with my boy Flo. I got Flo Productions. Shout out to him. Over there in the Tremay area. My next drop is called Op Shit. It's out everywhere. Bitch.
Who your op is?
Nobody.
I thought you were talking about Dreezy though.
No, and man, fuck that girl. That girl can't be my op. I just want to get paid and get my credits right from that girl. Like, she can go on about her business. Honestly, I would like for Gilly and Wallow to put us in the ring. That's what I would really like. Like, if Gilly and Wallow, if y'all could set that up, put us some boxing gloves on and just let me get my rounds.
And so what if you lose? Everybody talking about fight, but like that, I'm talking about it's possible you could lose.
It's possible. Shit, it's possible pigs can fly. We ain't seen them do it yet.
Huh?
It's possible. They know why I got fired from Harris. Throw Dreezy ass over the ring like I threw that bitch over the table. They know why.
And last but not least, tell the world where can they find you at on social media and everywhere else.
Everywhere you can find me at Delancia, at DALANCIA. I am on Instagram. I'm on TikTok as well as Facebook. I don't do Twitter, but yeah, fuck with me. D-Day got another one. Gotta shout out D-Day, my producer. Gotta shout out Arevia, Pretty Ree, who does my makeup. Y'all looking for a makeup artist, especially the celebrities coming into New Orleans. Arevia specializes in celebrity hair and makeup. Hit her up at Pretty Ree 30.
Oh, the next one on you.
The next one on me.
And the next, on her. We'll give you that shout out on the interview. And you gotta give her makeup and next for the love.
Look, I'm trying to tell you, shit, something around this bitch is rough. But that's the thing, though. We was talking about that earlier, talking about artists is griping about how New Orleans don't show them love and shit.
How you feel about that before we leave?
I do feel strong about that because if I had $1 for every nigga that has and I'm talking about every male, I ain't gonna say nigga. If I had $1 for every male that has looked me in my face since I got here and told me that I was crazy as fuck for driving down here, I'd have definitely paid this interview, that interview. I could have got all type of promo for the week. Like, you have to, it takes sacrifices, you know what I mean? And a lot of people want to look rich but don't want to be rich. A lot of people don't want to sacrifice and they don't understand how long this shit take. I was watching the Wayans brothers the other day. You know who I seen as an extra in the crowd? D-Ray Davis on the Jerry Springer episode. That was what, in the 90s? When was the Wayans brothers out?
Funny. Okay, but I just was talking to D-Ray last Saturday and D-Ray said, bro, I'm really not funny. I really was just especially, I'm a little off. And I realized D-Ray and Mike Epps ain't no small dudes. So for people to be playing with the comedians, them dudes really bigger than a lot of people.
Okay, so Mike is from that. Me and Mike.
I saw Mike beat somebody up at Harris.
Me and you have been together talking to Mike on the step at Harris. Remember that night?
I used to be drunk. I don't remember.
We was laughing. Mike was telling the jokes, talking about the man putting the cocaine in his booty in prison. Your ass was out there on the steps with me talking about some.
Harris, I got some alumni because it's funny because but 2 days before COVID hit, I was drinking with Petey Pablo and I saw the video and he was like telling us how to take some shots and I was like, dang, I could have got a lot of good interviews.
A lot of good footage.
If I would have been interviewing people. I didn't really start interviewing for real until COVID. COVID made me turn it up. But I like the people that I met just in Harris on just 2 o'clock in the morning nights.
Yeah, on a random Monday. Like, I got my biggest tip on a fucking...
I remember Allen Iverson. I damn near thought Allen Iverson moved here after all stuff. He didn't want to leave.
Like, you get to meet people and you get to meet them in a different aspect. Like, a lot of people call Steve Harvey an asshole. They say he rude and this and the third. When I met that man, he was not rude or mean to me at all. But on the other side, you got a bunch of white women. Oh my God, Steve! I would be fucking irritated too. You know, treat them like
you gotta act a certain way around the white people because the white people will blast you.
The fuck, yeah. And you know, Mike used to come in there, Mike Epps would come in there with no fucking security. That nigga be on that craps table. They be like, Day-Day, that's you, nigga. No, who the fuck is Day-Day? Throwing them bitches. Like, own it. But no, back to the artists. Y'all gotta sacrifice. Like, spend more money in your production. Spend more money in your hustle instead of looking like it. Like, I don't understand. A lot of these artists will put on a $10,000 outfit, but then don't want to pay their producers no money. Don't want to pay for studio time. You know what I mean? And that's crazy.
They don't want to pay for media coverage. I think, you know, especially here, like I was talking to GDP, the artists don't know. So they feel like they're entitled for like free coverage and different things like that. They don't realize that Master P and Birdman used to pay for to be on the Source and all that. So people think, you know, because because it may look like a social media blog, yeah, but the people that do them a favor by posting them and different things like that.
People don't understand that a record deal is nothing but a loan.
Right. So basically, like I explained to artists, I'm like, well, if like as soon as you get signed, if you do realize that the record labels pay media coverage and blogs to post you, guess what? It still comes out your money. Like, you still gonna pay one way or another. It's either you pay now or pay later.
And then on top of that, a lot of labels make it to where you can't fucking pay their ass back. That's why I'm so independent. I've had a few little situations and conversations and stuff, but...
Hey, but if they give you $2 million, but you owe them 8, damn near.
Probably 10 at the rate they be going. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. And then you owe... Okay, so... They give you $2 million, you owe them 8, but then they signed you to a 360 deal, so they get a percentage of everything you make. So how the fuck can you ever get leverage to pay these people back?
The crazy part is, if I was a music artist, I tell people all the time, just go get your credit right.
Yeah.
Create you a business as your artist name. Get credit cards. You can put that on your tax. You can get it all back.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's another thing that a lot of people don't understand. A lot of these labels will sign artists as tax write-offs.
Yeah, bank loans.
And that's why these niggas don't never come out and they ain't doing nothing. They just part of the entourage.
Hey, but if the label sign you anywhere between October to like December, in the last quarter, yeah, you a tax write-off. They're not about to put you out.
Period. You know what I mean? And it's just like, it takes a lot of work.
And I also tell artists, if a label sign you and you only got maybe a couple thousand followers, like maybe 1,000 to 20, they're not about to put you out. It's gonna take you.
And if they do put you out, you're going to pay for that artist development. You're gonna pay for all of that.
Like, the only people they putting out that got low following is TikTok stars, and they only really and like they already know you probably want one hit wonder.
But even with that, I don't know nobody that's just hit really the luck of the draw. Like, that's just like the lottery for real. Like, even with TikTok, you still can pay for promotion.
Right.
You still paying other people to dance to your shit or other people to post your shit. You know what I mean? So it's really no different, you know? Like, social media made it really hard for shit to be organic.
See, the thing is, able to label it is like nothing but a machine. But
yeah.
But if you just sit back and watch how things go, all you gotta do is do like one interview every now and then and be controversial. Be controversial. Like, the people don't care about music that much. They buy into you.
But don't even say be controversial. Be yourself. Because a lot of people was out here acting a plumb fucking fool for no reason, just because they want views and shit.
Some people controversial and don't be strategic. Like, you know, like, believe it or not, Drake is very strategic. Mm-hmm. He always do interviews before he and it's what he's gonna be talked about so much. He said this or he did this. Mm-hmm. And like certain people do, like Soulja Boy. Soulja Boy stayed relevant by doing interviews. But like, guess what? Soulja Boy might drop a song every 3 years, but it might go because it's what he stayed relevant.
Same thing with 50. 50 did the same thing. You know,
50 throw his songs on Power. That's how you know.
And I love 50 Cent. Like, I absolutely like.
I love 50 because he's a cancer. Every cancer seems like the smartest people in the world to me.
The Aquarius is, we got it. You know, we got Oprah and Bob Marley. Like, the Aquarius.
Oprah was put on. 50 put himself on.
Who?
Oh, you want to talk about Oprah?
No, we ain't got to talk about Harpo.
I'm about to say, if Harpo down bad for what she did, if her and her best friend, if what she did to R. Kelly, but she didn't do that to her best friend, Harvey
Weinstein. I mean, shit aside of him, that's just like everybody talking about this Nickelodeon interview and shit. The real question people should be asking is, how the fuck did he get criminally charged so quietly? Why didn't nobody know about that?
Saying, that's why people say...
Same thing with Jeffrey Epstein.
Look how Oprah and Gayle did R. Kelly, but they didn't do the white people did.
Yeah, because they use us. It's just like Tupac mama told him, they're going to give you the tools you need to destroy yourself. And that's what we do every time. Like I tell people all the time, if you give them the power to feed you, you're also giving them the power to starve you. So there's situations where a lot of people are so wrapped up in situations to where they got to do whatever they fucking told to do. You know what I mean? And it's been happening since the beginning of time. But we as a people, we got to stop being so quick to turn and throw away our legends. The way we did Teddy Pendergrass, the way we did Sam Cooke, the way we did Michael Jackson, the way we did... And when I say we, I have to say we, because if I say y'all, then I sound like Charleston White or whatever that dude name is. But he be making sense.
He makes a lot of sense. And guess what? We threw away R. Kelly.
We absolutely positively did throw away Robert.
Guess what they're trying to do now? They're trying to throw away Diddy. It's like the same cycle. The same thing that happened to Bill Cosby. It's like once the media go against you.
You know what? It's the same thing with my song being stolen. We get abused and then we turn around and we give that same abuse to our own. You know, back in the day, you watch the movie, everybody seen Cadillac Records, Beyonce starred in it, everybody's seen it. You know, you seen Cadillac Records, everybody died poor. You know what I mean? Except two people, Wolf. And Wolf was doing what? That nigga was really rich. He wasn't worried about looking rich. When Wolf pulled up, he pulled up in that old ass fucking truck. And he said, I own that truck. That truck don't own me. Muddy Waters looked the part. He was on the radio. He was doing this thing, and no discredit to Muddy, but this is a mentality that we got to get the fuck out of. Muddy didn't have shit. He had a what? A white daddy. Ain't that what they said in the movie? We got a lot of white mamas and daddies out here. We got to get out of that shit. As a people, stop shucking and jiving for these people trying to look fly. It's crazy how black people can turn on their own family because they gay while wearing Gucci, while wearing Louis, while wearing gay designers. So you don't fuck with your cousin or you don't fuck with your brother and this, that, and the third because he gay, but you spending your last fucking dime to wear a gay person's clothing though, to support a gay person.
People don't do research. They just follow trend.
All.
They follow trend.
At all. We got $1,000 phones and don't nobody use them bitches. It's crazy.
Oh, but you just flew over the head with that one.
It's crazy.
And you flew over the head with that one. And we buy $1,000 phones, but if nobody using them, nobody not researching.
I tell my kids that shit every day. I cuss my kids the fuck out every time they ask me a question. You got a $1,000 phone and you can go ask Google. Research it. You know, when we was
Don't ask me, ask Google.
Don't ask me
We got
shit.
ChatGPT.
Go
Y'all should be the smartest kids alive.
research the shit. Like, research it. It's right at your fingertips, but you want to go on word of mouth.
Gotcha. And we gonna leave it out like this because you said a whole lot and a whole lot of clips coming up.
Darren got a whole lot of footage.
Nolazine make him scream, you heard me.